Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Bulldog Show. I'm dressed in my Dallas Cowboy hat and my Bengal sweatshirt because these are the two reasons I don't like the two teams that played yesterday. We're always sponsored by Deters Law, Parks Yoga, and check us out on all of our platforms. And I'm going to say something about that later. Well, our top story is the Super Bowl. But rather than regurgitate everything I have to say about the Super Bowl, I am going to encourage you to check out the Bulldog Sports Show with me and Nick Batista, which is already up and going on YouTube. We cover everything with the Super Bowl, from the game itself to halftime show to the Super Bowl ads to everything. So check that out. The other big story, and this is almost kind of scary. We have the China balloon that comes through and they shoot it down in South Carolina. We now know that with coordination with Canada, we shoot down a balloon and I think Canadian airspace up by Alaska. Then we find out there was something that was shot down over Montana, and we have to have some cut out all air traffic over Montana because of something's going on. Then we shoot down something over the Great Lakes that's in Lake Huron. And they said something, I mean, the way they use the words is just bizarre. The question that I have is this, it kind of starts getting spooky, like what's going on. But then I thought to myself, what could be going on is because of how they mishandled the balloon situation, that they're now going to shoot some things down to make them look like they're tough. But and there was some even discussion that maybe something was a UFO, an unidentified flying object, like from outer space. And I thought to myself, isn't this great? Joe Biden will end up shooting down some friendly flying saucer from some planet that'll laser beam destroy our Earth because in retaliation. I mean, who knows? Meanwhile, China mocks us. They mocked that we had to use fighter jets to shoot down this balloon and everything else. That guy, G, owns that guy, Joe Biden. I mean, it is clear as day. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has her day. Have a great day. Coming up next, Bulldogtv local news. Welcome to Bulldogtv local news. Our sponsors are always Deters Law, Parks Yoga, and check us out on all of our platforms. Lead story. Less than 3 months after a safe haven baby box was installed, a newborn has been surrendered. Officials say the healthy baby was surrendered on February 9th and will go to an adopted family. Kentucky has 16 haven baby boxes throughout the state. You know what? If that's what it takes, that's what it takes. Long crime. Kayla Sullivan of Brown County is facing manslaughter and endangering children charges. Sullivan is facing charges in connection with the death of an 11-year-old infant. How sad is that? Taylor Mill man Shane Walters is admitted to unintentionally shooting a local woman in 2021. Walters was showing Megan McCrae how to disassemble and reassemble a handgun when it went off. Walters pleaded guilty to second-degree manslaughter charges. How sad is that? In local news, increased costs in animal care is a Cincinnati zoo seeking a property tax increase. The zoo hasn't seen a property tax increase since 2008. The local institution is seeking a 33% increase in taxes. Well, you're going to throw out cute little animals and everybody will vote for it, I guess. The Petersburg community in Boone County is bracing for the possibility of losing their fire department. The fire department has been a volunteer effort since 1959, but is now struggling to staff the location. This has happened all across the country. If the department can't find enough people to cover the 24/7 requirement, the department could close. The FBI is offering a $10,000 reward for information on a Dayton woman missing since December. Sierra Chapman was last seen on December 27th, and her abandoned car was found in Middletown. Chapman has no ties to Middletown, and the police have called the case suspicious. Kentucky State news. Republican lawmakers are wanting to get to the bottom of how disaster funds have been used so far. The Western Kentucky Tornado Relief Fund, fronted by Governor Beshear, has recently been questioned. Officials have voiced strong concerns about how $60 million have been spent. Remember, Beshear sent out to 10,000 people checks that shouldn't have gotten them. People shouldn't have gotten them. In Ohio State news, the Ohio Department of Education withheld over $2.6 million in transportation funding in 2022 with Cincinnati Public Schools. The funding cut is a result of non-compliance with the state's new pupil transportation rules. Districts are having trouble meeting funding goals because of factors such as not enough drivers. Governor DeWine's proposed two-year state budget contains no income tax cuts or sales tax cuts. One thing DeWine is proposing to change is the tax on sports betting after a successful launch this year. Under the new proposal, the budget, the sports betting tax doubles from 10% to 20%. And of course, Northern Kentuckians are helping Cincinnati break records in sports betting. In sports, besides the Super Bowl, Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin was introduced before last night's Super Bowl in Arizona, and UC Medical Center staff was also recognized for their efforts in care during the crisis. You know what? It was great to see Damar Hamlin alive and doing great. I saw all the interviews with him. It makes me very happy. Damar Hamlin's a good guy. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Coming up is World News with Jamie Spindley.
Happy Monday, Bulldog Nation. I hope you all had a great weekend. Today's World News. Russian soldiers are dying in greater numbers in Ukraine this month than any other time since the first week of the invasion. At least 824 Russian soldiers are dying per day in February. The increase comes due to the Russians' large attacks. Thousands of people in New Zealand have been left without power as parts of the country endure the start of yet another major storm. Evacuation centers have been set up and residents have been preparing. The Nigerian Armed Forces have denied a claim by the government party that it is planning to disrupt its upcoming presidential election. Elsewhere, reports a week after the devastating earthquake that shook parts of Turkey and Syria, it is believed that more than 33,000 people died as of now. In sport, the Rugby Six Nations tournament, England beat Italy 31-14 and Scotland thrashed Wales 35-7. Until tomorrow, take care. Cheers.